I'm Kevin Condy. I'm currently the Secretary Treasurer of CWA Local 1101. On September 11th, 2001, I was working down at 375 Pearl Street as a TTA. Like many others, I watched the attack in front of my eyes. We were watching from a window across town until we were evacuated out of the building, and from there we left the building, and I eventually walked uptown to Penn Station and tried to get the first train out of town. When I got home later on that night, I got a call from my foreman saying that we were all essential personnel because EmpireNet was a contract for New York State government, and that we had to come back. I had a feeling I was going to be there for quite a while, so I packed a bag of clothes, some food, some water, and the next morning I got on the train and took it to Brooklyn. Took it as far as I could towards Manhattan, and then normally you just look into the sky and you see the Trade Center and you knew which way to go. Unfortunately, without the towers there and the wind was blowing to Jersey, there was no cloud. So I sort of walked around aimlessly till I got to the Brooklyn Bridge. I met a policeman at the foot of the Brooklyn Bridge, told me we couldn't go any further. I told him I was on a list over at Police Plaza and I had a report there. He called the captain. Captain told a patrolman, get him in the car. He put me in the car with an AP photographer, and they drove us into Manhattan about 100 miles an hour. When we got into Manhattan, it was just death in the air. The cloud. By that point, we're sitting there. There was a Humvee at the foot of the Brooklyn Bridge with like an M60 on it. As I cut across Police Plaza, the National Guard just camped out on the streets. 911 cable was bridged across the street from Police Plaza through the lobby of our building, and about every 100 feet or so there was a cop with an M16 sitting on it. At that time, I knew my world and the world would be forever changed. The next few months after that, I would work between Pearl Street, Police Plaza, and 140 West Street, going in there. As 7 World Trade was still burning and everything else was still burning with the smoke pouring into the building, we tried to restore the communication networks for the state of New York. And I guess that's pretty much it. And we worked there for months and months at a time. Thank you.